We must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and begin again the work of remaking America.
I want to protect and preserve the America that I grew up in, and I'm terrified it is slipping away.
The Supreme Court upheld Obamacare, and the big question is, what comes next?
The promise that we heard about was you would get lower health care costs. Now we've seen announcements all over the place that, in fact, they're going up for substantial numbers of people.
Today, I'm pledging to cut the deficit we inherited by half by the end of my first term in office. Driving up our national debt, that's irresponsible. It's unpatriotic.
When you've got this much bureaucracy, when you've got this much government, bad things are going to happen.
The IRS is targeting of conservative groups.
We exercise the right to free speech, and we don't understand why the government tried to stop us.
Some of the words that were used for profiling: Bill of Rights, U.S. Constitution, Patriot.
I think what the IRS did is bordering on tyrannical behavior.
I'm a born-free American woman, and I'm telling my government that you've forgotten your place.
Our liberty, our republic, and our way of life are in trouble, and far too many of our countrymen simply don't understand the dire peril our country is in today. But America need not stay on this road to ruin. There's a map that can lead our nation back onto the path toward fiscal responsibility and constitutional order. It's called the Washington Project. It is the most ambitious, expansive, and important Tea Party Patriot Citizens Fund project to date. It is based on a smaller project that Tea Party Patriot Citizens Fund helped the Washington State Patriots organize in 2012. It helped change a liberal blue state to a winnable purple state in less than one election cycle.
In early 2012, the Washington State Patriots came to me with an idea. They told me they were frustrated that the national Republican leaders and organizations had written off the state of Washington as hopelessly liberal and not worth spending valuable money and manpower on.
The Washington State Patriots explained to Jenny Beth that Washington voters supported fiscally conservative ballot initiatives, such as voting no for a state income tax. But further down the ballot, they would vote for liberal candidates who opposed their views on these initiatives. The Washington State Patriots told Jenny Beth they had a plan that could make an historic difference in the Washington State Legislature.
What the Washington State Patriots wanted was the money, manpower, and expertise to put together a statewide grassroots effort they were convinced could change the way people thought in a dramatic way.
What the Washington State Patriots enacted amounted to the largest ground game ever attempted by any conservative group in the state. It was a simple yet powerful idea. Educate volunteers on how to organize a Get Out the Vote campaign. Motivate voters by going door to door and discussing state issues in an informative, nonpartisan way. Activate by making phone calls on Election Day to ensure that voters go to the polls. Develop a national template that can change America from a sea of red and blue states, as it was in November of 2012, to a sea of red and purple states by November of 2016. Over a period of 6 months, hundreds of volunteers were flown in from around the country to walk neighborhoods, make phone calls, and poll watch in a concerted effort to ensure that the Tea Party message would be heard across the state.
We have seen an outpouring of involvement that we have never seen from our side before.
And on election night, the results were loud and clear.
Lawmakers could be in for a wild ride this year in Olympia. On the first day of the session, new faces and a transfer of power are shaking up the legislature.
Our project prevailed. We were able to flip seats and take seats in Olympia in both the House and the Senate.
Before Election Day last November, the Washington State Senate was controlled by big government liberals that held a 27 to 22 seat majority. After Election Day, that majority had shrunk from 26 to 23. In addition to these victories, the Patriots' hard work helped to set up an unprecedented governing coalition in the Senate.
The Republicans say they have a philosophical majority after getting 2 Democrats to switch teams.
What's more, The Washington Patriots had identified 8 State House districts which they thought they could flip, and they won in 5 out of 8. The success in Washington State was an inspiration to us. If they could accomplish so much in that liberal blue state, why not in states all across the country? Thus was born the Washington Project. Its goal is to turn blue state after blue state red. Stage 1 of the Washington Project is to immediately establish strong ground games in Virginia and New Jersey. Stage 2 is to have the Washington Project underway in the critical swing states of Ohio, Iowa, and Florida. Stage 3 is to be fully operational in South Carolina, Montana, Colorado, Arkansas, Georgia, Michigan, California, North Carolina, and West Virginia. And Stage 4, to have the Washington Project fully operational in all 50 states by Labor Day of 2016.
We are ready today to go into another state and sit down with them and tell them what we've done and lay out the steps and help them do it in their state as well.
We proved it can be done. We're emboldened. The Tea Party movement is excited and emboldened, and there's confidence.
There's no question that what the Tea Party Patriots have done here is inspire local and new volunteers. We have people of all ages coming out to help. If we can do this here, we can do it anywhere.
Demand less from government, not more from government. That's the freedom we will get if we stand together.
We have to change this country one family at a time, one person at a time, one state at a time, and we build that up from the bottom up. And so this effort that's going on with the Tea Party Patriots and Jenny Beth Martin, I fully support. This Washington here and the state of Washington needs to be contagious all across America, with everybody working in their home states as hard as they can at a local level, pushing it up to Congress.
Well, I think one of the great things about the Tea Party Patriots is it's a groundswell up. Nobody in Washington's telling you what to do. The grassroots really is organized. And the most fascinating thing about the Tea Party to me is it's city by city, house by house. So I think it's a great idea.
I am a very strong supporter of the idea of trying to duplicate the Washington State Project all across the country, and I'll be participating in Iowa. That takes it right down into the precincts, one person at a time.
We are determined to make the Washington Project a success because our liberty, our prosperity, and our very way of life are all on the line. Failure is not an option, but it won't be easy or cheap. It's going to take as many patriots as we can recruit. We will need to raise a minimum of $34 million between now and Labor Day of 2014. This will allow us to go up against Obama's OFA, the big labor kingpins, and the leftist special interest groups in states where we will be establishing the Washington Project. The Washington Project is the largest and most important project Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund has ever attempted. It must succeed, and that can only happen with your support. Please take out your checkbook right now and write a check for $100, $250, $500 or more. Then speed it back to us without delay in the enclosed envelope. If you would prefer to donate online, I encourage you to do so by visiting our project website. But no matter how much you send or how you send it, please act now, today. I believe what happens over the next 15 months is going to decide the fate of our nation for generations to come. I also believe that this fight for our liberty, our prosperity, our very way of life is going to be a constant crusade that will require eternal vigilance by those of us who cherish liberty and the constitutional principles on which our nation was founded.
We will restore our freedom, and we will restore our Constitution.
I think the Tea Party Patriots are an essential engine of what can save America.
The only way we win elections in 2014 or 2016, and the only way we turn our country around is for the American people to stand up.
Go neighborhood to neighborhood, block to block, to energize individuals to get back involved in the political process and take this country back.
They actually are committed to this nation, to loving this nation, and to really making sure that our children and grandchildren have the same opportunities in the future that many of us have had.
Please, as soon as you finish watching this DVD, speed back a much-needed, most generous gift of $100, $250, or $500 to Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund today. Again, you can do so either online or by using the enclosed envelope. If you can possibly send as much as $1,000, $2,500, or even $5,000, that would be a huge boost to our efforts to hit the first goal of $5 million. And to hit that goal, we are going to need your help today. We have a lot of work to do to fully restore fiscal sanity and constitutional order to Washington, D.C., and time is running out. So please send the most generous donation you can afford today. Together, we will preserve our liberty and prosperity for our children and grandchildren and for generations to come.
God bless the Tea Party. The Tea Party has been the most incredible organic movement from the people, standing for free market principles and the Constitution.